Should I give my cousin the boot from my bridal party? I am not op. Original post by you, ASAPTSUM in our wedding. Trigger warnings. Drug use. Infidelity. Child abandonment. Less than. An NBSP. Should I give my cousin the boot from my bridal party? August 2, 2023. Hello. I am getting married in October and my bachelorette party is this weekend. A little backstory. When it came to picking my bridal party, I was really torn between picking my cousin as a bridesmaid and one of my really good friends. My cousin and I grew up incredibly close until we were in high school, and she ended up in the wrong crowd and went down a really rough life patch. She's been able to get back on the right path, but during that time we were not close. She has a child and she works a lot, so I wasn't sure if she would be able to commit. As far as my good friend, her boyfriend is a groomsman and I know she is in school, so I was worried about putting a financial burden on their household when it comes to suits, dress, bachelor and bachelorette party, etc. Another concern about not being able to commit. I talked to my mom about it, just to get my thoughts out, and she took it upon herself to call my uncle, my cousin's dad, and tell her what I was thinking. He said my cousin has come so far and she admires me so much it would mean the world to her, and he would take care of anything financially for her and help her watch her baby when she was participating in wedding activities. So, the decision was kind of made for me by my mom having this conversation, and I shouldn't have given into the family pressure of putting her in there, but at the same time I'm happy to have her be a part of it, and she did deserve to be a part of all of the fun. When my friend wasn't asked, she was devastated and I felt terrible, but she has still been extremely supportive. Fast forward and my cousin has been practically Mia the past year. She hasn't participated in the bridesmaids group chat. I let my bridal party plan the bachelorette to what they thought I'd like and what fit their budget. And she didn't contribute to that group chat either. I had my bridal shower in May and I got a text the morning of that my cousin was sick. I was totally understanding. It happens. My uncle didn't know she wasn't there until he saw photos from my mom, and he was very upset she didn't go. Apparently he spoke to her the day before and she was going. Once he spoke to her afterwards, she wasn't sick, per se, but she had worked some graveyard shifts and was feeling run down that week and was scheduled the day of my shower. At this point I was disappointed, but I wasn't angry or anything. Yesterday morning, I get a text from my cousin that she's sick. I asked her what kind of sick. Does she think she won't be able to go on our trip? She says she will keep me posted. I've texted her checking in on her since and haven't gotten a response. If she's not going, I'm going to invite my good friend since she wants to go and the trip is non-refundable. My mom, future Mill, and fiancé are pissed. They think my cousin should be kicked from the bridal party and it should go to my good friend. She went to my shower, the groomsman's suit fittings as support, and is often asking what she can help me with. Should my cousin be kicked out? For clarification, I come from a very big, involved Italian New Yorker family. My fiancé's family is the same. Family is everything. My uncle acts like he's the godfather of this family lol and is already extremely disappointed his daughter didn't show up to the shower. He's paid everything already, and I'm a little scared he's gonna be mad at me if I kick her out. An NBSP update. Should I give my cousin the boot from my bridal party? A very unexpected update. https www.reddit.com r wedding comments 15 ly 8f update. Should I give my cousin the boot from my August 8, 2023? My bachelorette party was this weekend and we got home Sunday evening. I ended up inviting my friend in place of my cousin since her ticket was non-refundable and so was her portion of the Airbnb, obviously, since we were still staying there. I figured if my uncle got upset, I would reimburse him for the ticket. I didn't tell any of my bridal party that my cousin wasn't coming to the bachelorette party. Not even my two other cousins who are bridesmaids. I didn't want to be a gossip, and I wanted my uncle to know from my cousin because she never told him about not going to the bridal shower, and he found out from photos. Both of my cousins expressed to me they felt she should be removed, and so did my aunt, who is their mom and my mom and uncle's sister. I spoke to my uncle yesterday, and to say that I was shocked is an understatement. My cousin was never sick at all. She was relapsed back onto drugs and has been cheating on her husband for 6 months with a guy she works with. She thought she was pregnant until she got her period this week. She kicked her boyfriend out. But once my uncle heard, he had him go back to their apartment since he earns majority of the income. Because my uncle is the co-signer on their apartment and wants to make sure their rent is paid. My cousin left the apartment instead, abandoned her child and gave him to her mother without discussing with her boyfriend, and is in a drug house with this other guy she's been sleeping with for 6 months, who is supplying her drugs. For context, this is the second child she's left. Her other baby daddy has her other child and filed child abandonment against her since she moved out to another state for 9 months and wasn't providing for them. My cousin is still texting me insisting she's sick. Because why would she tell me all of this, right? Safe to say, she's out of the wedding. At this point she probably won't even be invited. There's so many worse things going on with her that I can't fit them all in this message. My uncle is not upset at all about her being removed from the bridal party and has highly encouraged me to do it. He's not upset about the money and has bigger issues going on right now. Obviously. Lesson learned here that sometimes you gotta trust your gut that a situation isn't good even if you can't figure out why. Strangers on the internet aren't going to understand that feeling of something just being off. Marking as concluded, as Oop has disinvited the cousin from her wedding and the current problem seems resolved. Reminder: I am not the original poster. Well, she wasn't exactly lying about being sick. Oof. Cousin fell hard. Okay, but why couldn't she just have an extra bridesmaid? Why couldn't she have asked both of them? It's not like there's a set number of bridesmaids you can have. Damn, I hope Oop has a wonderful wedding and cousin gets the help she needs with the drugs. Honestly, I'm still side-eyeing Oop because this is the summary of the situation. Oh, I need a bridesmaid. Who will I choose? The cousin I'm not close to anymore, and who is extremely busy. My good friend whom I am close to and whose BF is in my fiancé's wedding party. What am I to do? Quote, the friend was way too nice emo. And Op should not have involved her cousin's dad in her decision. Strangers on the internet aren't going to understand that feeling of something just being off. So why come here? Also, it wasn't a stranger but OOP's own mother who ended up forcing the cousin to be invited. Mom needs a wrap-up aside the head. No more confiding in mom. And she needs to have it spelled out for her. Also time to ignore patriarch uncle. Main post. My cousin is being flighty. Should I remove her from the wedding party? Update. I removed her from the wedding party. There. I just gave you the entire BORU. Only about 60,000 less words. Cousin needs to get her tubes tied honestly. My cousin was never sick at all. She was relapsed back onto drugs and has been cheating on her husband for 6 months with a guy she works with. She thought she was pregnant until she got her period this week. That's wild. She kicked her boyfriend out. But once my uncle heard, he had him go back to their apartment since he earns majority of the income. Because my uncle is the cosigner on their apartment and wants to make sure their rent is paid. She kicked her boyfriend out of the shared apartment from her uncle? Is that the affair partner, or was it an attempt at fudging details for anonymity and Oop meant the husband? Either way, if she was living with the affair partner, how could Oop not know that she was separated from her husband? If by boyfriend Oop means husband, why would the cousin leave her LTR for not being pregnant with another man's baby? My cousin left the apartment instead, abandoned her child and gave him to her mother without discussing with her boyfriend. I'm so confused. If she had been cheating for 6 months, how did she have a child? How did Oop not notice there was a pregnancy and baby? And is in a drug house with this other guy she's been sleeping with for 6 months who is supplying her drugs. But I thought this all started 6 months ago and now there's a third guy? For context, this is the second child she's left. This doesn't help at all. Her other baby daddy has her other child and filed child abandonment against her since she moved out to another state for 9 months and wasn't providing for them. Was this also somehow a secret or something? My cousin is still texting me insisting she's sick. Because why would she tell me all of this, right? Sure. I am embarrassed to admit when I read the title I thought a real, literal piece of footwear was involved. Huh, is this some country wedding thing? Like, maybe they pass around a boot and people put money in it? Maybe the cousin is poor and wanted to take home the boot full of money? Probably something like that. Reads. Oh, quote. Oop, I don't want to be a gossip. Also oop. So here's an in-depth description of exactly what's going on in my cousin's life right now. Sounds like the cousin has more important things to worry about. Blood ultimately means nothing. Behavior is everything. I'm a bit tired and managed to totally misinterpret the title. First I didn't read, give the boot, as kick out, but as hand over a shoe, and spent way too long wondering if there was some weird bridal party tradition of just having a freaking boot and if demanding to have it would be entitled. I need to sleep more. Who is devastated about not being in a bridal party? I'm always relieved. If you didn't ask her to be a bridesmaid you might have gotten blamed for her relapsing. Hope you have a great wedding. Please find some compassion in your heart for your cousin, whose life is unraveling around her. You may be disappointed in her, but you are starting a new stage of your life happily and surrounded with loved ones wishing you well. It's wonderful that you have a close friend who can step into your celebration. But spare some kind wishes for someone you were once close to whose life has gone so far astray. Knew it was gonna be the classic drug relapse. Almost thought maybe she'd been taking uncle's money and pretend she was paying Oop but diverting to drugs instead. Seems not the case thankfully though.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.